The secret to getting the most out of your engine before needing any major repairs. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through a couple of simple things you can do to avoid costly repairs. Okay, so I'm just about to service this BMW. It's an N47 diesel engine and it's got relatively high mileage. It's on 190,000 Ks as it stands. The number one reason for these engines to actually start to fail, and on this one in particular, it's the timing chain and guides start to break down at lower mileage than what this one on, is because of the stretched service oil intervals. This engine and BMW as well as many other manufacturers have now stretched oil intervals. This one is 25,000 Ks in between, which is absolutely insane. Some of them are 20, some of them are 15, but you have a massive amount of time in between oil changes. And that includes 30,000 Ks, which you see on the screen here as well. In some cases of Fords, it goes up to 50,000 Ks in Transits. I spoke about that before on my channel. It's absolutely insane stretching of these intervals. And there's only one reason for it overall, no matter what anybody says to you, and that's to look better on paper for the service costing when they're going to sell the vehicle. So the amount of units they sell will increase if they can reduce the cost of the servicing down over, let's say, a 5 or 7 year period. And by doing this type of service stretched interval, it exactly does that. And by using the condition-based servicing integrated into it, that's how they get around it overall. So condition-based servicing, CBS, is having an oil level sensor and condition sensor all wrapped in one in the sump, and using that in conjunction with driving style data, it's meant to be monitoring and giving you the optimum time to change the oil in your engine. But from what I've seen over many years, 2 decades working on vehicles, it's just simply not good enough. And what actually happens is you have sludge buildup, you have additional oil consumption, which you otherwise wouldn't have if you serviced it with the correct grade of oil at a reduced rate, and you have poor lubrication of the engine. Now, when you factor all those things in, and then you extend the life of the vehicle outside of the warranty, you just know that that's going to have an effect on wearing parts, component, premature failure that wouldn't happen otherwise if you had serviced the vehicle more regular. So what are the things I can do to stop this happening on my vehicle? Well, there's 2 simple things. Reduce the service down below 10,000 kilometers. On my own vehicles, I service them on 10,000, between 9 to 10,000 kilometers as a rule, never going over 10,000 Ks at any time. And the other is making sure you have the correct grade of oil. The correct grade of oil massively affects the engine. I have seen on these BMWs, again as an example, the incorrect oil causing oil consumption, where the correct oil being absolutely perfect and never needing to be topped up in between those ranges. So if you have the correct grade of oil and you reduce the service intervals down to 10,000 Ks or less, you will get the best return from your engine. And that is pretty much it for this video. The last couple of things I will say is, if you are in a workshop and you want to recommend this to a customer that's coming in, which I've done in the past, you may get pushback on it, and rightly so. The customer is going to be going off manufacturer recommendation, and it can get extremely confusing as to why a mechanic would be recommending going away from what the manufacturer is saying. I have just laid out all of the information as I have found. I've explained to them what I do on my own vehicle. I've given them a collective information of some of the damage, and if they plan to keep it long term, how the benefits of cost saving actually affects them. If they're trying to get out of it just out of the warranty period, then by all means do whatever you want. You will be passing that problem on to someone else. And unfortunately, that is something that happens. Leads me on to my next point. If you are purchasing one of these vehicles secondhand with high mileage, go over the service history with a fine-tooth comb. If it's only got serviced 3 or 4 times in 150,000 Ks, I would strongly recommend probably looking at a different vehicle. And if you're not in a financial position to bring it to a workshop for that additional servicing, I would highly recommend purchasing the likes of an oil extractor to do your oil changes yourself. An oil extractor is something that's used in workshop all over the world. Dealerships use it, aftermarket use it, and it takes out the vast majority of oil. You don't have to worry about the minimal amount it leaves behind. It's on the top side, you would be using it through the dipstick, and when you have the oil filter like on this engine sitting on the top, the only thing you have to be concerned about is getting the right oil filter and the correct grade of oil. In this case LL04, previously was LL01, and the LL stands for long life, but just ignore that and do the services like I was recommending. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful and informative. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.